live. Is that working? It looks to be working. It looks to be working. You never know out here. The cell phone reception is a little strange out here. So, hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. I am hoping this is streaming properly. If someone enters soon, maybe they can tell me otherwise. If it isn't working, I guess we'll start over. But anyway, you probably read the title, and it is pretty much what it says it is. I've been out here on vacation at the Lawrence Welks, and I've just been, chilling, relaxing, much needed relaxation. So, just to give you a heads up, I see it already starting in the chat. This is not going to be about MoviePass, not at all. This is just going to be a live stream where I make a little announcement of a new type of series I want to do on this channel. It should not take a particularly long time to do, but I will just kind of give you a heads up. This is a live stream, so it might meander a little bit. It might not stay completely on topic, and you never know where it's going to go, but the important information is going to be there within the first 10 minutes. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, that's just a fly. That is just a fly. Shoe fly, don't bother me. So, okay. Anyway, so as you probably gathered from the title, gotta love doing it live. So, as you probably gained from the title, I've been wanting to do a book club on this channel for a little while now. Just something I've kind of wanted to try. I admit it probably will not be like a huge success. So far, everything but my MoviePass videos have been a complete and abject failure. And videos that I did about the MPAA about a year ago. So, who knows how people are going to respond. I even see people leaving the live stream right now. It's like, this isn't MoviePass. Well, we're going to leave. But, you know what? I'm still trying to do new things. I'm still trying to expand the channel beyond one topic. And so while I'm on vacation, I've been reading Stephen King's The Shining. And I know I'm definitely very late to the club on this one. This book's been out for years, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit, I will admit. So far, this is how far I've gotten. It's not been terribly scary yet, but it has been interesting. And so this would be a good little, test run for a book club. Now, here's how the book club is going to work. What we're going to do is at the beginning of each month, we are going to discuss the previous month's book on a live stream. I will discuss some things I want to talk about it. People who have read it with me can discuss some of their favorite parts, maybe things they liked about it, maybe things they didn't like about it. Who knows? So that's how it's going to work, and we will do it live. At that live stream, we will also announce at the end of it the next book we will be reading. Now, because this is like a new thing, we're just starting this. There goes another Lawrence Welk tour. For this month, for the month of October, we will be doing Stephen King's The Shining. Now, ideally, I like opening book clubs with Stephen King's On Writing, which I think is one of the best books written about the craft of writing and why we read and why books can be so much fun. But it's October. It's just, we can't pass it up. We have to read a horror movie. So, On Writing will be the book for November. For October, the book is The Shining. Now, some people are going to point out that The Shining is a fairly long book, and I'm not going to dispute that. A lot of those pass by. Most Stephen King books are very long. So if you want some advice on how you can effectively... Here's just a little advice. This is what I do when I read. You don't have to do it this way, but how I do it. What I like to do is, on most days, maybe not every single day, but on most days, I commit to reading 25 pages of a book. So what that means is I count the pages. I get through 25 pages. When I get to 25 pages, I finish off whatever chapter I'm at, and then I put my bookmark there. And I try to do that every day. The reading normally amounts to somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes of reading, depending on the book, depending on the size, depending on the text. It just kind of depends. But I have found, and most people agree with me, that if you commit to that much reading, you can normally get most books finished within a couple of weeks. And if you want to take a day or two off and not read because it's just too tiring or whatever, then guess what? You can do that and still have a lot of time in the month to finish reading a book. So That's how I recommend people do it. That's how I read books. It's been a very good way to just get through a lot of great books. And then in some cases, you might be enjoying the book so much you want to read a heck of a lot more. Now, here's another thing. If you haven't finished the book, if you find the book so boring or offensive or terrible, and you decide not to finish it, that's fine too. You can still join the book club at the end of the month live. And you could tell us how many pages you got through, where you gave up, and why that was the point you decided to give up on this. Let me switch in. It's always so hard to do this. It's always harder to do these things live than you realize. So that's my recommendation. And again, we're going to be starting out with The Shining, Stephen King, and then in November we will be doing Stephen King's On Writing, because I think that is a great book to read. If it kind of highlights why people write, why they read, and why books are so much fun. Now, afterwards, I've got some ideas. We're not just going to read Stephen King books. Flies are everywhere here. It's amazing. But I would probably be open to suggestions for books we could read. I would definitely be open to suggestions, especially from Patreon viewers. If you want to Patreon request a book club, there will be a reward for that if you want. Otherwise, I've got at least 15, 20 books that I'm considering for the book club. And who knows, I might just enjoy doing it enough that even if not a lot of people do this, I'll still make the videos. Who knows? Like I said, we're kind of throwing it out there, seeing what happens. Now, what else did I want to say? Now, some people might be asking, well, do I have to get it paperback, hardcover, digital? It doesn't matter. However you want to read it, you can read it. So, there you go. Another question some people might have is, does the book club include graphic novels and foreign books? And the answer is, I actually have at least 2 graphic novels on the docks, and 1 book written by a foreign author that was translated into English. I don't know what they are yet, but I'm planning it. So, let's hear. Is there anything else about this that we need to discuss? Oh yeah, some people are probably wondering, what's this going to be called? It's going to be called the Soburin Book Club. Now, what does Soburin Book Club mean? Well, at the risk of having another mystery to just keep to myself, it's pretty simple. That was the name of the last book club that I ran, because I've actually run book clubs before. I went to a church and I had a book club. And yes, we read Stephen King at that book club. A bunch of church-going people, we all got together and we read books like The Lord of Flies, and we read Stephen King's On Writing, and we read Battle Royale. Some of those might be clues to books we might be reading in the future. So, and we did read Catcher in the Rye as well. So, now I don't want to tell you what the name of my church is, because I think there should be some level of privacy. But Soburin Book Club is a Japanese version of the church name. So, outside of that, it doesn't really mean anything, but that's what the name of the book club means. So it's just kind of a way to do it. And if you guys can recommend a better name, I'm all ears, of course, but for the time being, that's what it's going to be. So, yeah, so we've got ourselves a book. We've got ourselves a time frame. You've got all of October to read The Shining. And by the way, we will also be discussing the differences between the movie, because I think it's kind of strange how, here's the thing. You're not going to get away with just seeing the movie and being allowed to participate or being acknowledged in the live stream. But I think it's silly that when a movie adaptation exists to not acknowledge it in the club. So we will probably make some comparisons to the movie. That's probably what we will do. But otherwise, we're going to be talking about the book. So we've got our book. You've got October to read it. November 1st, November 2nd, that's when we will be having the first live discussion. At the end of that meeting, we will be announcing the next book to read. I've already gotten a request for reading Ready Player One at some point. I won't rule that out, but I'm going to be honest, I do not like that book. I like the movie quite a bit, but I do not like that book. So, anyway, that's where that ends. We are at the 10-minute mark. Before I end this, The 6 people here who have been listening all this time, what do you think of the idea of a book club? Will you be joining? And do you have any book suggestions you would like to recommend for one of these things at some point? I'm not saying we are going to read them, but, you know, this is live, so we have an open communication. Any books you would particularly like to vote for to read? What do you think of the 25-page a day or every other day reading strategy? Now's your chance to say something before I sign off. And thank you for smashing that thumbs up button, the 4 people who did. I bet you there's a few people who probably smash thumbs down because, again, I've noticed that when I don't do MoviePass videos, a lot of people definitely revolt. But I want to do more than just MoviePass. What can I say? So I also love the scenery in the background. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's very nice. So, all right. Any comments? Any suggestions? Something like that? No. All right. There's that making a noise. So, all right, folks. So anyway, I don't know what the silence actually means. Let's see here. Chris Monk says, I've been meaning to read The Shining for years. I'm in. Well, great. I'm glad you're in. Hey, Dark Road Runner, are you in? Well, you've already read the book, so I guess you will probably just join us for the live stream at that point. Also, just to let everyone know, when we do the live stream for the November 1st thing, we will have a different setup. It won't just be the cell phone thing. I'm going to try to have a fancier setup so that, you know, we can read each other's comments. Felix recommended that we do It. I might be considering It. Maybe that'll be next Halloween. Who knows? Scott Wright says, I'm interested. Awesome. That sounds great. So, all right. Well, you have your instructions. You have the game plan. Share this video if you know people who want to be part of a book club but don't have the time to actually go out to a book club, like to someone's house, who want to participate online. Share this video with them and all that jazz. Get them to be a member of Soburin Book Club. I'm even going to create a Facebook page for this book club, which I will link to below later tonight. So anyway, as for everyone else who might be watching this not live, you know the drill. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos or would like to request a book for the book club, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. As always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.